Okay, the last hand sewing technique I'm going to show you is just a stitch that's great for repairs. A lot of times this is used to sew pillows, clothes seamlessly. I think about, like, I use this a lot with my kids' stuffed animals when they get little holes in them. So what we're going to need is 2 squares of fabric, and I have folded these back, no particular length. And again, if you don't have an iron, that's totally fine. Just fold them back, kind of finger press them in place. But what I'm going to do to start off is actually put these folds together and pin them in place. So I'm lining up those folds, pinning them in place, okay? So we've got, this is what we're going to be working with. Now I'm going to take, I'm going to get some new thread. I want a nice long piece of thread. Thread that needle. Trying to do this in a way that you guys can see. Okay. I'm going to double this thread up. Okay. So I've fed it through my needle and I've made these tails the same length. I'm going to knot them up. Okay, that was another way to make a knot. So what I did is I wrapped it around my fingers and I twist the thread between my thumb and my forefinger, and it slips the tail under that loop and knots it up, okay? All right, now I'm gonna start in one of these folds, okay? I'm actually gonna go a little deeper, just, I don't know how much fabric I'm gonna have here, okay? All right, so my knot is there. Now, I was taught a little trick with this stitch, and you want to think about it like we're in a tunnel, right? And we're in a car and we've got these 2 lanes. We've got this lane and we've got this lane, right? We can change lanes, right? As the car, I can be driving in this lane and I can change lanes to this lane, but I'm always going forward. My needle is always pointing forward. I'm never sewing like this, right? Just like a car. We would never drive sideways in a tunnel. So my very first stitch, I'm going to change lanes and go forward. So I'm going to stick my needle. Let me get nice and close here. Stick my needle in that sort of tube that I've made and come out, okay? I'm going to pull it taut, and now I'm going to change lanes again. So I'm still driving, but I want to switch lanes again. So I'm going to go across to the other way, come out, pull my needle out, okay? I'm going to jump, I'm going to change lanes, right? Still driving forward, but I'm going to change lanes. I'm going to go in this tube and come out. So even though, right, if we try to open this up a little bit, let me see if I could show you guys. I'll put my finger behind it so you can see. So even though my thread is running perpendicular to my tubes, my fabric, I'm never running that needle this way. I'm always running it forward, okay? I'll just sew with you for a little bit. Tiny stitches, pulling that thread taut after each stitch. Okay. So if I was to take this needle out, that's my seam that I've just sewn. All right? So that's what we're working on. So you're going to go all the way down. I didn't do one. I should have done one to show you what it looked like finished. I could sew a little further. So we always really want to try to keep that entry point, right, exactly across from where we were. Remember, we're changing those lanes, but we're still driving forward. Okay, don't pull it too taut, we might pucker it. But again, that's what your seam's going to look like when you're done. So when you're done sewing, you're going to open it up, and that's your sample. All right?